Hello.
What's up, everyone? How's it going?
Always love it when we podcast and then stuff happens.
You have room for dessert?
I mean, look,
You
there's just
leave room for dessert.
anyway, there's no perfect solution because before in the beginning, there'd be like, "Oh, record it Monday morning." And it'd be like, "Okay." But then Monday morning is when things are getting announced. So you're like, "Okay." And then we go, all right, how about a little bit later? And then a little bit later on Monday allowed us to get some stuff in whenever it gets announced and when things, news happens. And then there's stuff that just doesn't happen on Monday at all that comes around Tuesday morning. And it's like, well, not much we can do about that. Like you do like, we do have like Tuesday shifted times when our schedules are borked or whatever's going on. But overall, it's yeah, whatever. Anyways, you never know what's gonna happen and when it's gonna happen. So obviously, but even if we had this news last time too, like we had to do a short episode yesterday because Pat got his booster and was feeling all fucked up,
Oh,
which
yeah.
yeah, I sympathize because my Saturday night was rough. You guys saw me at the start of that, and then as soon as the stream was done, woo, it went real down real fast. And yeah, I was just like completely laid out.
KO'd.
By by midnight till like whatever in the morning, like it was just annihilated. Real rough. But then next morning it was fine. But like there was a full on thing, and I talked a bit about that too. Yeah. So, but of course, waking up in the morning and seeing like, oh yeah, what's the latest? Because every day is a new piece of,
What's going
and
on?
every day is a new dumpster fire in terms of the Activision Blizzard scenario. And then you're like, what's happening with the latest? And it's like, oh my god, the final stroke of the pen. Mr. Robert Kotick himself, like Light Yagami in Death Note, writing, signing the ink as the fucking Christian choir is in the background. Then he's signing the deal and he's looking and he's seeing the red and the blue of the police sirens in the windows, but he's trying to write to sign the ink, and then he gets the final line down and boom! And he grabs a chip and he gets it in, and then the police stop because they can't get him because he signed the ink on the dotted line. My god, man, the hustle of this. He's been Satan forever, and that's been known. And in fact, it's been reported that he's been having a hard time getting a date because there are too many photoshopped pictures of him being the devil online, and when women see that, they tend to question what the fuck they're getting into.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. So, what's my take on this news? My take is real simple. I think that in the background, while all these huge, unbelievable burning fires were happening, and he's used to patting the fires out. He's been doing that for years, but now the flames are rising around him in a way that are pretty, it seems unavoidable, but then he's created the body shield, so the dog sitting inside the firehouse that's burning down, and he's like, this is fine. He's like, it's fine because he's created a fucking meat shield of others around him to like dive on the flames.
He's in the middle of that roast.
Yeah. So that's he's insulated himself for a long time, and that's how it's been. And in under pressure that like most others would have been like, okay, fuck this is ridiculous, I'm out of here. Like he's like, no, I don't care. And you're like, yeah, that is the mark of the true sociopathic CEO that legitimately doesn't have any like connection to the things that make people because he's just like, no, I don't care what you say to me, you're gonna have to come in and like grab me and pull me out of this chair. I physically will not be removed. I will not. I will not accept it under any circumstances until I am legally yanked out. I don't care how bad it makes the company look. I don't care how much money you think you're going to lose in the
I
meantime.
don't care how bad it makes me look.
I don't care what kind of hits we take, because if the press talks shit about us and we lose money and the investors pull out and whatever, yeah, that's cool. That money's gone. All right, bye. I know what's coming down the line. And I'm fucking racing to sign the deal. So you know that, thus you don't care. And if you don't care, then like, yeah, nothing shy of a legal full on, and you can defend, you can delay, you can obscure, you can make all kinds of obtuse defensive plays when it comes to you know, putting off settlements and putting off you know, the justice system and even civil suits and all those things like that. So yeah, this kind of thing, Microsoft is about to buy Activision Blizzard. It's not the first time they've been acquired. I mean, Vivendi was a part of the deal beforehand, and now, you know, it's about to be someone else. So Bobby's also about making deals, you know, and this is, as I was saying just before we started, the ultimate goal of any CEO is to come aboard, right, steer the ship, and bring it into a place where it makes tons of money, the company becomes more profitable, all investors are happy, the board of directors is happy, and then the final thing you do is steer it into a merger or acquisition, and then you bounce, right? And if you do, that's a successful chapter of your CEO-dom, right? That's your entire goal, is to steer a company from wherever it's at into higher profits, and then leave it off with a nice fat acquisition or merger, and then you make sure that you get a cut of that deal because you're the middleman on it, and then you take a percentage of that and you bounce. The details coming out about like his severance, if he were to be fired for any purposes, and he's getting $250 million as severance.
I can't believe that.
It is like, you can't even begin to interface with how absolutely untouchable this motherfucker has made himself over the last 15, you know. It's madness, and it all depends on the circumstances, but it's like there's different types of circumstances that are legally defined as like essentially like without cause, with good cause, and then there's like by his own fault or whatever. And like by his own fault is like a specific thing where he only gets like, I think it's like 300K or something like that, like a minor amount. But like there's huge asterisk and definition for like what is considered good cause or without cause. And in all those five of the six circumstances, he's walking away with a quarter bill, excuse me. So it is unbelievable. He's penning that deal's on paper. He knows that at best he's walking away with that much, and like at worst he's walking away with that much, excuse me, and at best, you know, he's gets to sit on board until the acquisition happens, and then, you know, we'll see what's going down. In the meantime, Microsoft is looking at this and they're like, yeah, like whatever happens here, it doesn't matter. We're about to buy fucking Overwatch, we're about to buy Warcraft, we're about to buy Starcraft, we're about to buy Call of fucking Duty, we're about to buy Call of fucking Duty, we're about to buy Call of fucking Duty. It doesn't matter what you say.
Yeah, they're winning so much.
It doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to unionize? You want to go on strike? You want to picket? That's cool, bro. Have fun. We're buying Call of Duty. Like, there is no fucking there. It doesn't matter. This is the real fuck you money.
All right,
you know,
Candy Crush. That's
Candy Crush money. I mean, listen,
it's massive.
Listen, like this is, and you know, from the Microsoft narrative, it's really clear cut too, where it's like Microsoft knows how to lay in the cut and be considered irrelevant for a while, and then just be like, yeah, we're not gonna build up a library that is gonna compete in a way. If you're not buying these new Xboxes, we're just gonna buy the thing you want and put it over here.
It's here.
That's how you do it. Epic Games has been doing it. I mean, that's what they did with Bungie, going all the way back to fucking Halo. This is not new. they know how to work this machine. You know, it's like you can either create the platform that competes, or you can just take the things that people want, and that'll get them moving too. One way or another, you need to create that incentive. They did it with Obsidian. They did it with fucking, like, you know, like they know how to play that game. And you know, we've been sitting here watching that, where it's always like you want to see someone like earn your interest, as opposed to just like taking the thing and putting it over here and being like, follow, you
Yeah.
want it, you
Buying all these carrots.
doggy treats,
Mm.
doggy treat, you know. But whatever, that's the way it works. um what does this mean for all of the allegations? What does this mean for the sexual assault cases? What does this mean for the workers on strike? What does this mean for everything that's going on right now? I don't know, but nothing good. I'll tell you that. This is the type of shit that rocks waves of progress to the core, and probably does not result in any of the pressure that was mounting, leading to any massive change being required. Now, people might start redirecting their efforts to Microsoft to be like, hey, it's on you. And Microsoft, admittedly, might be more susceptible to pressure, since anyone who's not Bobby Kotick is more susceptible to pressure, because there's an ounce of humanity somewhere to be found inside there. You know, Kotick is just like
Yeah.
like the classic fucking complete sociopath CEO. Like, it doesn't matter. You cannot negotiate. But Microsoft, there might be some susceptibility to pressure there. But in terms of what's been mounting, you know, I don't have any optimism that like we're gonna see good things come in terms of the period of time between acquisition and the independence that they're gonna have now. It looks fucked, you know. Um, yeah, he knows. He knew the whole time, you know. And he wrote that big thing, the message, and he's like, "We're so happy. This is great. This is what we've been
Oh,
looking for."
word? He stuck his head out and said something about it?
Excuse me.
Like he went out and he said we're
Oh,
happy and everything.
oh yeah. No. There's a 3-part message. There's a big thing, an email that all the employees got, where he basically is like, yeah, this is what's happening, and it's looking like it's going to happen over the course of the next year and a half. So it's not going to go down immediately.
Damn, that's some shamelessness.
Yeah, and he said, he said like, when it comes to the future of this company, all roads lead to Microsoft and such, and I mean, we'll see how it plays out, because I feel like I think they're extremely aware of the fact that like once it actually goes down, they're just going to inherit all the heat if they don't see him off almost immediately. But the idea that he's going to steer it at the very least until the close of that ensures that like, hey, he made the deal happen. He's on the dotted line. He's getting whatever he gets for allowing that acquisition to occur. And at that point, he probably doesn't fucking care. I imagine in his head.
Yeah, he made it.
In his head, he sees the close of that deal. He takes that massive cut, and then he takes that severance on the bottom line deals that we saw, walks away
into the
sunset, which he could have done at any point. But this now, to me, creates the reason why he was holding on, especially. Like, he never would have, like, walked away from pressure, admittedly. He just isn't that kind of person. But now the pathway kind of makes more sense, you know? Because you saw for the first time this year his messaging change in a way where he was like, okay, if I can't turn the company culture around, then I'll consider finding a replacement. Or, just he started saying things like that, but it's like,
nobody bought into it.
This has been in the background for years. So anyway, this whole thing is it is unbelievable. And it is, it is a masterful dodge of like allowing, basically the people who get treated like shit in the industry, who are on the cusp of fixing that problem, it is a artful, masterful dodge that completely resets that progress. You know, in most likely case in most cases, I'd say. Um, if it doesn't, if anything good continues to happen, and then it results in like actual like real changes that have to that they have to adhere to, that'd be awesome. You know, that'd be a wonderful thing. But like, as someone who likes to be optimistic about things, that is not something I'm going to fucking be optimistic about. I don't see it happening. I see it being a very likely like reset all of that shit. Um, you know, kind of announcement. Uh, boy, boy, nobody puts baby in a corner, man.
No.
You can't fucking, there is no like, you put Bobby in the corner and like the pressure is rising and it's like, you're gonna have to do something, dude. You're gonna have to do something. Like, you're gonna have to treat these people like human beings, like they're not down, you know. And
And
just
he's in the corner and the Microsoft wrecking ball right from the back, breaking the walls. You thought you had me trapped? You thought you had me trapped?
right, yeah, he pulls the levers and like he's like, you're trapped in here with me. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right.
He has to lose at some point. He has to lose one.
So what is the define lose?
He can't keep on winning
He
or getting
can't
away
keep
with
getting
it.
away with this. Define lose. Cause to me, like, this is it. That's like
The fact that nothing has happened already is a huge W.
okay.
The fact that like he's not getting it any worse than he
I
already
don't
is.
know how to introduce to you the concept of having too much money to ever lose. Are you aware that you can acquire so much that you cannot lose? There's a threshold you can hit where loss becomes impossible. This is that threshold. You know, I mean, and it's not built overnight. This is a slow, brick by brick, like the entire boardroom, the entire upper echelon of this company, everyone who makes decisions, all of the key investors, everyone looking at this dude as he's the dude. And like, he's beyond insulated, you know? He's the fucking he's built his Wall Maria Rose. You know, he's got the scouts going out dying. He's got the fucking inner military police and he's got like, it's just the levels of insulation are untouchable, dude. It seemed closer than ever, but like, I like when you see this kind of thing, you just kind of go like, oh yeah, of course, no, for sure, you know. And again, it explains his like yeah, I hear you guys, but I don't give a fuck. Anyway, moving on. Like, that kind of attitude, that's just been the case forever, you know. In this case, when the pressure mounts higher and the investors are like, well, what's going on, Bobby? What are we doing? It's like, yeah, we're working on this, you know. We will see what happens, but I'll tell you one thing. I mean, Microsoft is going to incur some heat, you know, in terms of like, okay, I don't think, like, I think, like, they're gonna, like, we bought Call of Duty, who cares? It's a dub. But like, the idea that, you know, they're changing hands is gonna be one of those things where it's like the pressure to explain to, or to put on Microsoft to be like, okay, now it's on you to fix all of this, right? Now it's on you. That's the only thing I can see, you know, possibly like recouping something here. Like, that's probably the way I can see it going down, you know. But all right. There you go. That's my initial thought on what I heard and what I scrolled through. And this is without reading any full articles in depth about the matter, or even going like hyper in depth on the specifics. I just scrolled a couple tweets, got the gist of it, and I'm giving you my completely, probably
First
factually incorrect
impressions.
first impressions on the matter. So that's what it seems.
See you in a week.
See you guys next time. Peace.
Game over, yeah!
Psych. We're still here.
Mr. Seps, what's up? Just saw that speculated numbers on Bobby Kotick's severance, and I looked up the podcast clip of you talking about that parachute applying negative fall damage. Is that what I called it? Damn, I'm good. I don't even remember what the fuck I put out there. Yeah.
Damn, I said that. Damn, I'm good.
That motherfucker's a genius.
Quality.
Bars.
Quality build.
Spitting.
Strong and dexterous. Knows what he's talking about.
You gotta crop the mouth. It's the Vegeta mouth, you know? Like, spitting. Yeah, man. Really, I don't know how to... I don't want to, like, you know, belabor the point, but I also don't know how to, like, really emphasize that, like, it has been the longest time coming. Like, from as long as I can remember, it's always been Bobby. It's always been Bobo, you know? Why wouldn't it escalate to the climax, you know, at this point? Over all the years, over all the generations, like possibly before any of you, you know, started paying attention to anything in this video game industry, like, you know, 4 generations ago, you know, when people were going, what the fuck is a GameCube? Why would you call it that? You know, like, just, this has been such a background thing. This is going to have a billion chapters in the story over the next year and a half. There are going to be all kinds of details, all kinds of crazy things happening.
How deep do the roots go, you know?
We'll find out. But I'll tell you this too, right? Anybody who's in a like position, because some places offer like chairs as their, like, to their employees in the way they operate. Some places offer them to middle management and different things like that. People who are holding shares, regardless of what's happening in the company, if you're in the company and you're holding shares, you're not rooting against this in any way, shape, or form. You're rooting for it, and if you're rooting for it, then you're looking to hold on, and if you're looking to hold on, then you're not looking for things to change that much because you want things to go through without a hitch, you know? So you've created a disincentive for a lot of these big things to continue as they were, because you're now pulled into the game, as it were, you know? So there's a lot that's going to happen. There's going to be a ton of sub stories to this, you know. Pay attention, and if you're sick of hearing about it already, I got bad news for you. This is all the game industry is going to be talking about for a while.
It's just the beginning.
The moving parts in something of this size are absolutely insane, you know. And yeah, as usual, everyone finds out at the same time, you know, like everyone that works there, all the press, everybody involved finds out at the same time and just has to like fucking go figure out, okay, what's the next move? And you're gonna start to see some stuff, you know, for sure.